Hey, welcome everyone. The Wizards Outlook. We got Cardell Dudley Jr. with us, Raymond Lyons, Wilson Tarpe Jr. And look, man, we're not gonna make this too difficult. Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum led the Celtics to a rout of the Wizards 126-107. Brown went nuts in the first half. Tatum said it was his turn midway through the second half. And we saw the kids on the Wizards come in, the reserves in the fourth quarter, kind of try to close the gap a little bit so it didn't look as bad as it did for the first three quarters. And kudos to them, Gino Omarui definitely making the most of his minutes off the bench. But from the starting perspective, Cardell, I know we checked it with you at the half. Overall, now that it's over, your thoughts change at all?
nah, nah, this is a thorough ass woman. Ain't no other way to put it. The first quarter pretty much set the tone for the game, and obviously the Wizards never recovered. I'm gonna just read up some stats for the first quarter that may have went over people's head to really understand how dominant the Celtics were. They outscored the Wizards 42-19. Remember, we're used to 30-point quarters, and we're like, all right, what's going on? Not 40 plus every now and then, but this could have easily been a 50-point quarter if the Celtics really wanted to make that happen. But they would just stay within the flow of their offense. But here's the kicker with this thing, man. Out of the 42, they scored 24 points in the paint. 24 to 42 in the paint. Jalen Brown had 16 points on 6 and 9 shooting, 4 or 5 from 3. So he was the one that did the rest basically from 3. But Porzingis set the tone with his size inside. They just drove past him and attacked him. Porzingis had 10 points on 5 or 7 shooting. Tatum had 6 points on 3 or 5 shooting. No one else really even needed to shoot. That pretty much killed everything right there. And it was just a massacre after it was just a massacre after that, man. It's look, man, we understand that no one's expecting this team to compete for a championship, so to speak. No one's expecting a lot. But these are still NBA players. You gotta show some pride, man. You gotta show some pride. If people wanted to see it beat down like this, man, you can go down the street, get a local college, and come play against the Celtics or something. You know what I'm saying? Fulfill these kids' dreams and stuff like that, and at the same time, you get a game. But you NBA players, you get paid a lot of money to perform, and to come out with this effort on both ends of the floor is just ridiculous, man. I didn't expect them to compete for long, but I expected maybe like a 15, 20-point hell. Let's be real. If Missoula would have kept the starters in, this would have been 30 plus, between a 30, 40-point hell. Luckily, the kids on the end of the bench came in with Koulibaly, and they showed heart and they kept competing, and then they got the lead. They made a deficit down to a respectable number before the Seas hit a couple threes late, but it was just bad. And it wasn't just mostly the Celtics offense, man. It was how bad the Wizards defense was, man. Like, we've been saying this for years. Y'all don't have that much room for error. Even when they had Bill and all those guys, y'all don't have much room for that. Y'all have to play defense. Now y'all really don't have that much room for error. And y'all still don't want to play defense? Against a championship caliber team like this, with all the weapons they have, man, like, you're going to get massacred. And it's going to keep happening until they take that in serious, man. Until they get more physical, until they get tougher. That's what you really saw out here, tough. The Celtics made a concentrated effort. We're going to beat you up inside. We're not even going to live by the 3. The same thing last year. What was Missoula being criticized for? Why are you allowing Tatum and Brown to take all these threes in the playoffs? You know what I mean? But you ain't see none of that tonight. Pound these fools inside. We're going to drive past them, get to the basket, or we're going to post up. So saying basically, if he got the rebound or if he didn't get the rebound, he's running from basket to the other basket. Whoever was on him, which was usually guard Tyus Jones or Poole, somebody who was sealing them out of these baskets, all he had to do was just go up and finish. Now he was getting and ones on top of that. Now if the Wizards collapsed on him, kick it out, Jalen Brown 10 threes. And then it was just a clinic, man. And you didn't make any adjustments off that. Then what do we say we worry about with the Wizards every game? Who and Kuz and their shot selection when things go bad. It was one play. This man Kuz, transition, come down, dribble behind his back. Porzingis is on him. Walks him out to the 3-point line and tries to shoot a quick 3. Porzingis ain't 7'4". and he gets a hand on the three. Not only that, Porzingis blocks the shot, runs down the floor, seals, I think, Tyus Jones underneath, and scores inside right off. Like, and you see what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm not gonna be harsh, man, but Golden State, I get it, man. I get why y'all had to let my man go, dog, because it's easy to look good when you got Steph and Clay on the side of you, man. You know, you got Wiggins who can get you 20, man. It's easy. This man is such an undisciplined scorer. It's ridiculous, man. It looks good when it's going there, but when it's not, when you have an especially nights like this, when you got to be poised, you got to stick to the game plan to come back, because you're not gonna come back doing one-on-one stuff. Not against the Celtics. You're not doing that. And they got Drew Holiday on you to make sure you don't do that. And Derek White. And you still come out here with the type of shot selection you have, man. Come on, man. There's no way you can convince anybody that knows anything about basketball that y'all are serious about winning. So we heard it on training camp. This was Kuz and those guys' chance, Kuz and Pooh, to prove you're worthy of being the type of players where a franchise can build around you. It ain't looking good right now. And because of that, it's not looking good for a whole lot of people. And that's including the head coach. Because look, anybody can take a respectable L, and I'm gonna end it on this. A respectable L against a championship caliber team. We know you're not as talented. We know you don't have the experience. We know you have a young team. Fine. There should never be any doubt about you not competing night to night. Because when you're lacking the experience, the talent, sometimes all you have is to compete to keep it close, and you don't do that. That's the bare minimum. That don't even cost enough. That's just pride. That's just heart. And you don't do that. Look, man, a few more of these, man. I could just see changes happening, man. So we're gonna see how it goes, man. But yeah, this was a clinic, and Boston put people on notice, man. They for real. They not. I mean, you knew they for real, but they not playing. Because they could have easily came in here and be like, we got the Wizards, and like, we could cruise and BS or whatever. Nah, they jumped on the right away, and it was impressive. I can't lie.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have too much to say, man. But Celtics scored 126 points. They only made 5 free throws, so they was just having to shoot around. Cause like I did point out, man, they way more talented. They got 2 killers on the perimeter, have the size advantage. All right, at least try. You're not even attempting to play defense. Like 5 free throws, like, and you get stomped like that. Like it's just embarrassing at this point. Yeah, Poole is definitely making the Warriors even more happy with their decision, because that, whatever that was, that Rucker Park shot, like, dude, honestly, man, like I don't see how coaches in the NBA put up with some of this stuff, because I would have physically removed him off the court. Like that was ridiculous, man. That might be the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in the NBA game. Like, he was literally just out there. Looked like he was, you know how when dudes are out there before you start pickup and they just kind of joking around? That's what that looked like. Like, yeah, this is a tough one. If they expect for things to even begin to turn around, yeah, they can't have too many of these. Yeah, they got new folks upstairs, so people better start valuing their job and get serious, because yeah, any more of this, and it might be a fire sale. Like, because yeah, this was a tough one.
Yeah, Cardell, like you mentioned, we talked a little bit at halftime. There was just no pride from the veteran group. Like, it's an opportunity for those folks to show that they can lead, and all the words and all that other stuff. And yeah, we know. And again, like, we'll shoot you some bail. That is a championship contending team. They've been trying to knock on the door for the last 3-4 years. You've literally been on the opposite end of the spectrum. So we didn't expect you to come in here and throw haymakers with the freaking Celtics. That said, we know Gaff's out. All right, cool. Fine. Like, all that said, why was there that stark of a contrast between the kids that played in the fourth quarter and the 3 quarters prior to it? It's ridiculous. It's just utterly ridiculous. Like you guys both said, like you can have a talent deficit, which means you definitely need to get to it and do all the little things. But the fact that the 2 lead dogs at the moment on this group thought you could your turn, my turn against the Boston Celtics is crazy. That just wasn't going to be a thing that was going to happen here at all. But if you guys had nothing else on to play the game,
I'm gonna just say this and then we can move on. Okay, so when we say that they really got after defensively this season, maybe they have a shot at the plan. Maybe. So I looked at last year and Bulls were the 10th. Yeah, they were the 10th seed. They were 40 and 42. I'm looking at that and I'm like, yeah, I can't even see this team even getting close to that. Not the way they played the Legends tonight. Like, it's no way I can see you getting 40 wins. And that's ridiculous. You can't even get 500 with 2 guys that said they were up to the challenge to prove that they were franchise guys. You see what I'm saying? Franchise guys don't allow this to happen. And I'm going to leave it at that.
well said. Player of the game for y'all?
It's Jaylen Brown. That's easy.
X Factor?
Close your eyes and throw a dart at the Celtics roster.
Joe Mazzulla, the game plan. How about that?
Hey man, it works for me. We'll get to some of these comments, and it gets no easier. They head out on the road. Wednesday you got Atlanta. Friday's Miami. Next Monday's Philly. Then you got the Hornets. Couple division games. Everything in the Eastern Conference. That said, you can't afford to go over here, but we'll see how things go. Obviously, it's still early, but we've seen this story before when teams put themselves in a very deep hole, especially when they're not exactly this wasn't a night that inspired confidence to overcome much, to say the least. All right. Area 11T says, so are we comfortable saying Poole obviously ain't it for the future?
I was skeptical when he was going to and this is no disrespect, man. I don't believe in players that don't play defense and only rely on one end of the offensive end of the floor. And his shot selection is horrible. At least with Harden, he's taking responsible shots. He can facilitate and all that. You know he's trash defensively. You know that. And you got to deal with the other stuff, man. We ain't gonna get into that. Who's just very undisciplined, man. Like, there's no other way of getting around it. And the thing is, when you take those shots, you make it impossible. One, for your teammates to trust you. One, second, for your teammates to even be in position to try to get an offensive board. 3, it's such a wild shot. It's gonna create a long rebound. The other team's gonna be off to the races, but for your teammates can't even register what the hell just happened. And you saw that consistently in this game. That's why Porzingis and those guys were constantly just getting easy seals underneath the basket like they're playing against a high school team. That shouldn't happen in the NBA. They should be fighting and trying to establish position, running down the shot clock. They were just coming up the court, Tatum, and here you go. And it was easy work. So, but that's coming off of bad shot selection. Bad shot selection is damn near like a turnover. So, all these people hyping him up, man, he's going to come here and lead the league and score. I'm like, where? What league? They're going to key in on him. The only one that's proven as a scorer, let's be for real, is Cool. Outside of that, who else you worried about on the Wizards if you're an opponent? Who else you worried about? You got to prove to me you hit a few shots, then I adjust. But other than that, I'm going to just, you with us.
Big J52 said good old-fashioned son embarrassment, and the game tape will help teach some lessons tonight. I mean, we'll find out quickly if lessons will be learned. Hey, look, 48 hours, we will find out the answer to this statement very quickly. That's the fun part about an 82-game season. We'll find out soon. Area 11T said at least the young guys were putting in effort.
Hey, man. They showed up. They deserve to get paid. From the starters, nah.
They showed up and forced several timeouts. I cannot say the same for that group in the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the direct deposit of the boat. I don't know.
Now I see why Denny was pissed in the preseason. That dude Eugene, shout out to Gino. Again, making the most of his minutes, not wasting any time. Boy entered the game and immediately went to work, making his presence felt on both ends. Also, what is our offense? Because there's no flow, nor seems like there's any plays. Hey, man, you got to talk to your top 2 dudes. No.
That's sad. That's sad when Tyus can't even set you up, bro. Like, he can't even control you. Man, hold on, how many turnovers you got? No, they made Tyus get two turnovers a day. Tyus never turned the ball over. That's what, come on, man. Because he had to deal with that long ass team, feisty ass defense. Meanwhile, he's trying to figure out who I should pass it to because these fools ain't no telling what's gonna happen.
There was no safe pass to break the press. Like, can you imagine what that was like for Taj? You look up, there's no safe place to send the ball. So y'all like, it's like that's a nightmare for a point guard.
Think about it. So if he don't pass to the pool, cool, it's the rookie or Denny. Man, he might as well. I mean, what are you gonna do, dog?
Then you asking them two to make plays. Wow, Lord knows where Derek White is coming from. He's over there playing, doing his best Minka Fitzpatrick impersonation, playing safety. He was just roaming, popping up in random places like, ha, got you, give me the ball. Just, bro, it was beautiful to watch defensively. So what you said earlier, Cardell, Area 11T said this may be it for West. We'll find out. This type of performance is not inspiring, to say the least. We'll see. They got the 4-game road trip coming up, man. We'll see. Michael Kirksey with a goddamn. Follow with that. I cannot offer a rebuttal to that statement. Yeah.
Look, man, we had a Boston. It was a Boston reporter sitting right next to me. And in the first quarter, he was like, why did I even come to this game? I should have just stayed home. Like, what are we doing here? Like, he said, like, he was talking so much and nobody could say anything. He's like, oh, he was looking at us like, Denny's your best player? This is your guy? Y'all really got your hopes on that? He was talking so much. I was like, man, I can't even say nothing. What I'm gonna say? Like, he was going in, like, he's like, this is bad, man. He's like, another wide open 3? Really? whole press row just like,
Not my man coming down from Boston with the "Is this your king?" He said, "You want West to do?"
He ain't lying. Like, and this is why some coaches turn down certain jobs when it's their first job. Because y'all ain't set me up to be looking at it as like the bad coach, man. But with these type of teams, nah. Roadkill teams is what I call them. Nah. Yeah, 27 at that. And they're lucky he cooled off because they tried to get him the rock to see if he was still hot. If he would have still been hot, let's go for 50.
They definitely tried coming out there. So the GM talked about seeing improvements to gauge success. What would you say so far? I think guys need to improve on. Again, we 3 games in. We can start
everything. How much time you got, Area 11T?
Man, you ain't got that much time, brother. That's a whole nother show.
Literally, JB was walking into shots like he was training. Yeah, he was comfortable.
It was bad.
Yeah, he was comfortable.
It was bad. Oh, the defense the Celtics played. And that boy, they scouted the hell out of him. When that boy Pooh tried a little in and out spin move, they was on that. They was coming out blind spots. Let me get that. And if they ain't get it, they made him pick the ball up and he falling, trying to kick. It was bad, man. Their defense was all over the place, bro. Like, man, like, I see why, no disrespect, as much as I love Marcus Smart, they were cool with, you can go. Because Derek White. And then they went and got Drew. And Porzingis with the size, and you already good on the wings and stuff. If Tatum and Brown lock in, they can play defense. What you gonna do? Like, when they locked in, man, I seen it. It's really, there's no breathing room. It's just really not. Derek White was a plus 27. He only had 5 points, only took 3 shots, 2 or 3.
Now, he ruined at least 30 possessions. Poole thinking it's street ball, playing with the ball and shooting.
Y'all notice West sat him in the first half for a minute. He ain't played for a while in the first half. Like they sat, and that was a message, bro. And then the game got really out of hand after that. But no, you can't. No, these shot selections, bro. Like it's like he picked up the. He's like the watered down Steph at times. Like even Steph know when to check that joint, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like
nah, there's no filter here. Nah, there's not. There's no, hey, let's run the offense. I'm gonna do it. JT bet you can't get 30 with me is what Jalen is what's being listened to and respected. Area 11 T filed up with says, shoot, I got time. Man, we don't have that type of time tonight. Carter would like to go home at some point. Can we please stop mentioning the West? Man, that's the conversation y'all are having. We just here. Shoot, Tatum was looking for 52. He had 33. My man came here with a quiet 33.
Bro, he was on cruise control. I'm being real. He only had he was cruising. He was 14 to 21. He was chilling.
How you get 30 plus by accident? Like, come on, man.
He was chilling, man.
My man had 30 in response to Cool's hot stretch.
That's all that was.
Like it was just a response to, like, Kuz hit a couple shots and Tatum was like, well, okay.
He did what he said. He saw Brown had cooled off. Let me get to work, baby. Let me get to work.
Plays not playing or ain't his fault.
It ain't. They get some nice checks. There's a lot of dudes I know in the area that'll play for far less. And give you everything they got. I'm just saying.
You know it's bad for Poole when he's getting clowned for trying to be like Steph in 2 to 3 games so far. Like,
this is why you can't mimic other people. Like, let Steph be what he is. He's the greatest shooter of all time. But even he sometimes lose games because he's off. You know what I'm saying? But the difference between him, he's on a hell of a lot more than he's off. Poole's off, man, like a lot. Like Steph, when he shoots, you're confident. You're kind of shocked if he misses, or if he has a bad shooting and you're shocked. It ain't like that with Poole. It's just not, man. And the sooner he reel that in, the better he can become. But the thing is, I don't know what's gonna reel that in because you on a bad team. I don't know what it like. Who's gonna reel him in?
you're right. And then even then, like, you know, mentioning Steph again, it's. I swear, the only thing he took from that was mimicking the highest degree of difficulty shots. None of these ones, like just the toughest. Like, what was it? Yeah, it's just very difficult. Like, goes out the way to make it very difficult. Like, and the worst part is you see other times, like, you know, ball moves around, he'll get hit for a catch and shoot 3. It's perfectly fine. Like, why not just, you know, live off those maybe? Change the shot diet just a little bit more. Yeah. 11 T said, yeah. It hasn't been a good 3 games, man. To start the year for Poole at all, and just as a whole. Whether they 1 and 2 after 3 games, you go on this 4-game road trip. We'll see where they stand. But you two have anything else? Otherwise, you know, we'll see y'all come Wednesday, and they be taking on Atlanta.
That man shooting 22% coming into this game from 3, man. And taking 9 threes. He only hit 2 out of 9. You see what I'm saying? Like, why? Come on, man. You go ahead. You go.
Nah, you good. And the worst part is, it's not like it's the type of person that can't put the ball on the floor or doesn't have the ability to hit a mid-range jumper or a floater or something like that. Again, going back to these two, the choices. And we talked about this being a year. The choices. Like, the choices the 2 lead dogs were going to make. They wanted this opportunity. Choices play a big role in that opportunity when you the two guys. The choices are crazy. You know, we're 3 games in. It's a long season, and it's up to them just how long this season's, how long, how much we're gonna feel the length of this season for sure. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. Y'all have a great evening.